Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 12 of Spectator Mode. I am, of course, your host, JJ Piedra, Joshua Jeremiah, and we are joined by, well, full house tonight. We got the four geeksmen of the apocalypse here, starting with the man who spent all of last week in IT hell and now back, Mr. Keith Mitchell.
What's up, peoples? Actually, I finished that project today, which is why I'm probably still tired. But I don't have to worry about jumping off the podcast or anybody calling me today, so huzzah.
There you go. It's always a good thing. And also joining us is Mr. Diego Perez. What's going on, man?
Same thing as usual. Video games.
Yep, same thing as usual. It's like the answer like every single week. It's like video games. But then again, this to be expected.
Yeah, you do say it every time we record.
That's all I do.
It's like, where's he at? He's playing video games.
And we fished up a man from down under, Mr. Carl May Smart. Welcome back, sir, with pants.
Indeed, I'm here with pants.
With pants, man.
Yeah, kind of almost scared us there. We're about to do the whole podcast pantsless, despite the fact nobody can see you, but...
Yeah, okay. Maybe we should use webcams in, then we can see people.
That would be an adventure.
I mean, keep it above the chest and we're good. Remember that.
Yeah, we got Twitch rules to abide by. Don't show your cleavage, guys.
Yeah, put a shutter on. I'll put a shutter on next time. I'm good.
So, as customary here on Spectator Mode, what have you guys been playing for the past week? I know, Diego, you're all about video games, so you had to have been playing something.
Yeah, I finished up Days Gone this past weekend. My review is up. Wasn't too happy with that. And I've been playing Rage. Also, a little disappointed with Rage. I'm having fun with the shooting parts, but the rest of it, I don't really care that much for.
We'll have to talk about that.
Yeah, I saw your review. We pretty much see eye to eye on everything, but yeah, I played on console, which is another mistake because man, there's some performance issues.
Yeah. We'll talk about that. We'll add that to the topics.
Rage over Rage. I like it. All right, Carl, what about you? What have you been playing for like the past week?
Unfortunately, I haven't really been playing much. I did tinker with the idea of going back to World of Warcraft for a whole 30 seconds, and then I went, "Oh wait, that costs money. I can't afford that right now." So instead, I went out. I went out and bought some good old Dragon Ball Z games on the PlayStation 3.
Wait, I thought you were playing it. I could have sworn you said you were back.
I was considering it. And I had a word with Josh, and then I looked at my bank account, and my bank account said, "No, you can't do this."
Fair enough.
Once again, we're just back to being me as the only person in the group playing World of Warcraft. So hello.
Well, we could be playing The Division because the raid came out, which I'm going to talk about later as well, because I'm highly frustrated about that.
And you have been highly frustrated about a lot of things, but hopefully one of the things hasn't been what you've been playing for the past 2 weeks since we haven't seen you.
What are you talking about? You've seen me, you just haven't seen me on the podcast.
That's what I meant. People listening to the podcast haven't seen you in 2 weeks.
My wife says podcast, and I make fun of her. The podcast.
Podcast.
I've been playing a lot of Rage because I had to review it. I did say last time, well, not last time, before last time, that I was going to pick up World War Z and play that, which happened to went on sale in Epic Game Store sale. So I picked that up for $15. So I'm going to be playing the hell out of that. Played a lot of The Division until the raid came out, and then I got sad because I couldn't do the raid. So I said, I'm probably done with the game just because of Ubisoft going back on their word. But we'll talk about that later. Yeah, right, Rage.
As for me, I've been playing Hearthstone because, well, Rise of Shadows is really fun and made it to my highest rank ever on ladder, rank 7. So congratulations to me. And I'm like, maybe if I actually put in the effort, I can finally reach Legend. And then all of a sudden the solo adventure came out. I'm like, well, there goes that. So yeah, I've been playing the Heist of Dalaran solo adventure. It's actually really fun. It's kind of like the same thing as the Kobolds and Catacombs deck building thing. You start off with a deck. You add more to it when you beat a boss. The bosses get progressively harder, blah, blah, blah. Already beat the first 2 chapters, which are the only ones available right now. And then I'm starting on heroic mode and trudging my way through that. So it's been pretty fun. It's been keeping me occupied. And other than that, I haven't been playing pretty much anything. But
did you not get into the beta of classic WoW or vanilla WoW, as we like to call it. Did you care?
Nope.
Okay, that's why. All right, carry on.
Yeah, so basically, speaking of games that we play currently, we've also played games growing up. Those are called retro games in this day and age. So, first topic of the night is retro collections. What we would like to see be remade into glorious, beautiful HD high definition. Because let's be honest here, the whole talk of Final Fantasy VII getting remade is, pretty appealing. The trailer that we talked about last week was pretty appealing. The fact that people are going to be throwing money at this is, well, pretty appealing to Square Enix. So the conversation kind of went towards what other games would you like to see, or in this case, what series would we like to see get remade? So, Carl, you pitched the topic to us. You start us off. What do you want to see?
2 words. Dino Crisis.
Really?
Give me some high definition dinosaurs to scare shit out of me? Hell yeah.
It's kind of funny you said that because somebody mentioned something about possibly a Dino Crisis. I think it was GameStop, and then they took that tweet away. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
The other part though is, we're also getting retro compilation releases. We recently got the Castlevania Collection coming out on Switch and shit.
Yeah, it came out yesterday. I didn't pick it up yet.
I haven't picked it up yet either. I plan to when I have money again, whenever the fuck that is. But Keith, you actually put out a good series of tweets the other day that I'm fully supporting. With
the Turtles,
Turtles collection.
Yeah.
Well, are we talking about the arcade style ones, or the very first one included? Because the very first one can go suck a dick.
All of them.
The whole lot, going from the Nintendo release, the arcades, the Game Boy games.
I had an Amiga on there, an Amiga game. Yeah, all the Turtles.
I'd be happy with a Konami arcade collection from the 90s.
I would love to see that as well, but I don't think we would see that just because
too many licenses.
Yeah. Unfortunately, because that's the reason why we're not seeing a lot of games. That's why we haven't seen a home collection or a retro port of the Aliens arcade game from Konami. God, that is such a badass game. We'll never see that home because of licensing. Why we got that really crappy Turtles arcade home? Was it What was it? Shell Shocker or something to that effect? I don't remember. I heard it was bad, so I stayed away from it.
Was that the 3D one or something?
No. That was another one. There was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shell Shock. I'm gonna look it up. But it was bad.
But give me something that has the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on it, the X-Men arcade game, Simpsons, all those multiplayer arcade games from Konami that were the bomb back in the day.
Yeah,
I want those. I was able to get luckily the PS3 had some interesting things where they actually had stuff like that on it. You could get the Simpsons game, you could get the X-Men arcade in the proper widescreen version because hello widescreen televisions. But yeah, I don't know. I want a compilation of them because they did more than just that. Hell, give me a good old Double Dragon collection, man.
Yeah, I was thinking Double Dragon needs to come back as well, except for Double Dragon 4. You can keep that shit. Or was it 5? No, it was 4. That came out last year, and it was. I did not like it. Put it that way. It was not a fun game. It was terrible. They tried to bring back the nostalgia, make everybody play it, and everybody played it, and they the fighting mechanics were terrible, the sound was terrible. It was just a bad game all around. They should have never tried to bring this game back. Strike that one for the record. Give me Double Dragon 1, 2. Give me either the arcade version of Double Dragon or the Sega Genesis. Sega Genesis. Was it Sega Genesis that had 2 players? The Nintendo had 1. Another system had 2 player. I don't remember which one it was. Give me Double Dragon 2 from the Nintendo. Give me Double Dragon 3. Give me Super Double Dragon. Give me the Double Dragon Neon, which came out for was it PC, PlayStation 3, and Xbox 360? I think it was, or maybe
and it was exploiting as hell. It was so good.
I love that game. I remember one of the former people here did not like that game, but I loved the hell out of that game. And the music was such a blast from the past. Give me those in a bundle. Give me all the Ridge Racers. You know I am a big fan of Ridge Racer. Give me all of those in a bundle. Or remake Ridge Racer, as the rumor has been going on for the last 3 years that there was going to be a remake of Ridge Racer for the Switch that has never materialized. So I've given up on that, just like I've given up on Bandai Namco. Yeah, I would love to see that. Ridge Racer, oh my God, yes, please. I would love that. With the exception of, there was a really bad Ridge Racer Unbounded. That was terrible. I don't want to play that game ever again. But 1, 2, 3, Ridge Racer Type 4, Ridge Racer on the 3DS, Ridge Racer on the Vita, Ridge Racer from the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Yes, please. Those were great games.
I think he loves his Ridge Racer. I can't tell.
I love Ridge Racer, man. Trust me. Back in the day, when I looked for an arcade racing fix, I always reached for a Ridge Racer. Always. I imported Ridge Racer Type 4 because I couldn't wait for it to come over here. I imported Ridge Racer 2 as well. I spent a lot of money importing games when I was younger. A lot of money.
Well, it's funny you mentioned a racing game because I have one in mind for my little list here. But Diego, what about you? What kind of a retro collection would you like to see?
Final Fantasy 1 through 6, because 7 and above are all available on modern consoles for the most part, with the exception of like 8 and like 11. But 1 through 6 get ignored all the time, and I would love to see them redone in like the style of Octopath Traveler or something like that. But that's a pipe dream. I would kill for a collection of the first 6 games. Not only that, but like
when they were doing the Final Fantasy, it was like 30th anniversary. There was like a rumor, and obviously did not come true, but there was a rumor that they're actually going to pack like the first 15 games.
Yeah, I saw that. It was all 15 mainline games, right?
Yeah.
Like some crazy collection, which I would have bought, but it never happened. Or it was like Japanese only or something like that.
Yeah, if that came out, I would have like instantly thrown my wallet like into my cable modems. Like, don't even like input the credit card, just fucking chuck the wallet into the modem, let the internet take care of it, digitize it, and send that shit straight to Square Enix. Like, just keep it.
So he did it. So he wants to Tron his wallet. We got it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, even less likely.
I don't ever think Square Enix would do that though, because that's just that's money. That they're like, no, we're losing out on this money. Nah, we're not doing that.
No. If they want to make money, they'll just remake more Final Fantasies, or they'll just put out another remake of Final Fantasy IV. Like there hasn't been like 10,000, remakes of that yet.
Yeah. Sidebar, at least we're getting Octopath Traveler on other consoles now, so that's pretty cool.
Wait, other consoles? I thought it was just coming to Steam.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's just coming to Steam. I take that back. Other consoles, you're right. Well, it's coming to PC, so I'm happy. Because I didn't play it on the Switch.
And I'm going to say, if you don't have a Switch and you love RPGs, that has to be a must-buy for you. I'm sorry. If you don't buy that game and you don't enjoy it, then you don't have a soul. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm married. I don't know if I have a soul anymore. You keep forgetting that.
You work in IT, so...
I definitely don't have a soul. You are right. I'm screwed. So screwed.
As far as me, retro collections, I'm going to go ahead and say Mega Man, only because Carl told me not to say it, and we already had like 2 collections. And obviously 2 collections is not enough. So now that I pissed Carl off, here's my real selections. First one, I want Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, 3 from the original NES. I would love to see that put together in a collection and possibly revamped with high-definition graphics. Those games were a challenge. They were many a controller breaker back in the days, and I absolutely loved them. Especially the second one, Ninja Gaiden 2, The Dark Sword of Chaos, was probably like the best of the 3. Ancient Ship of Dune, I think, was like harder than it needed to be, just for the sake of it being a hard Ninja Gaiden game. But
and all the soundtracks are amazing.
Oh yes, my favorite track was a Parasprinter, off of I believe it was the second one. That was like one of the most iconic themes in the Ninja Gaiden series.
Yeah, I wonder why we never. You know what? And I also would add the original Ninja Gaiden arcade game, because it was weird playing that in arcade and then getting on the Nintendo, and it was like, wait, these 2 games don't even play the same. And it came out on Atari Lynx too back in the day. Oh damn it, Josh! Now I got to add those to my SNES Classic and play them. I didn't put any of the Ninja Gaidens on there.
Well, there you go. Now you have a project.
And this stupid dog across the street won't stop barking. Sorry if you guys hear that. It just won't stop.
It's an unofficial guest on the podcast.
Go across the road, shoot the dog, eat the dog.
But I like my neighbors. I just don't like
Shoot
their dog.
neighbors, eat your neighbors.
Whoa, but I like neighbors. I literally just said that.
Well, this episode will just be spectator mode featuring dog. There you go. But in addition to Ninja Gaiden, I'm also going to go ahead and say Extreme G. And I love that racing game series. I actually, believe it or not, bought the XGRA racing, but I haven't played it because I would have to hook up my PlayStation 2 and or my original PlayStation 3, and I didn't exactly want to do that. So it's just kind of like sitting there unplayed. But the first two games on N64 were absolutely amazing, and I would guess a third one was okay on PlayStation 2. At least you get to break the sound barrier in that game, which was really cool. But I thought the fighting and weaponry selection in the first two games was a lot better than the one in the third. So that's kind of like the black sheep of the series. But I would love to see it like an HD remake of Extreme G. And then of course, everyone thinks Mega Man is my ultimate favorite gaming franchise, and it is, but it's actually not my ultimate favorite game. That's going to go to The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. So I actually want to see a Zelda collection. I want to see one, maybe two, because it's there. Definitely Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, which we are getting an HD remake of, and at least Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. If you just do those 5 titles, I think it would be absolutely amazing, and it would sell immediately. I don't even care if they're re-rendered in HD or not. As long as you put those together in a collection, I would be happy.
I think that's also another series that we would never see as a collection.
Yeah, because Nintendo.
Yep, we need that money. We can release them as singles and you buy them. So why don't we give you a bundle?
Yeah, you could buy them all on Switch online. Or if you have the subscription, free, I guess.
Or you can always get those ROMs. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
But we don't condone getting ROMs at all.
I will say that if I own the games, hell with that.
Yeah, all right. If you own the games, get the ROM. It's just like a VCR. It's archival at that point.
I was actually thinking about cassette tapes on the way back home for some reason.
Why?
I don't know why. I was just like, wow, whatever happened to cassette tapes?
Probably the same thing that happened to 8-tracks.
It was just a random thought that popped in my head on the way back home. I don't know why I thought that. No idea.
I mean, pretty soon we're going to be wondering what happened to CDs, DVDs, and Blu-rays.
Blu-rays aren't going away anytime soon. We'll still have those.
Manufacturers are, halting production of Blu-ray players, so
we don't need them. You got an Xbox One and a PlayStation 4. Those are killing. Those are killing the Blu-ray sales.
And again, Microsoft with that, discless Xbox, whether or not that's going to take off.
The Xbox One's sad. Got so bad.
Sad. So sad.
They should have thought about that name before they did that. I mean, everybody was like Xbone, and then they should have thought about Xbox One S, all digital. Yep, Xbox sad.
Speaking of sad, possibly mad, would be Keith, because he can't get his hands on a WoW Classic 15th Anniversary Edition, or whatever the hell it's called.
Fuck's sakes. I'm going to drop a couple F-bombs. I really don't care. So, I'm the one that showed you the damn game, and I sat there and I was like, I'm going to wait to see what happens, and I was also waiting until I got paid again, and then everybody and their mom found out about it, and then I tried to order it, and then it was gone, and it was gone, and then it was gone again. Then I was like, let me just check eBay like I'm doing right now, and guess who they are? They're all on eBay. $298, $300, $400. And I'm like, how are you asses allowed to do this? You're getting... Okay, so if you go through Amazon, you're basically pre-ordering the game for free. They don't charge you until it ships. And these people are charging 3 times the amount of the game. So they're collecting two times the amount of the game on something they don't even own. Meanwhile, the actual fans or those who did play Warcraft, who are interested in this, want to get a copy of the collect. I really don't care about the game or the mouse pad or anything like that. I wanted the statue of Ragnaros. Because
that's exactly what I bought it for. I mean, you showed that to me, and I was like, oh, look, a 10-inch plus golden black version of Ragnaros. I did not look at anything else. As soon as I saw that, I instantly spent the $100.
Right. So I'm like, I want this, and they're sold out everywhere. And then today, Amazon got a couple more, and they were going. And GameStop, I had it in my cart, and I was hitting checkout, and then was like, sorry, can't complete the transaction. I was no longer available. I'm like, don't you reserve the item if it's in my damn cart? No, you don't. And the problem is, a lot of people that were going after these items were using bots. So the click of a button, the item is gone, and there's nothing you can do about it. You cannot beat a script, which has me infuriated because I really wanted that statue. And it also means anytime that these stores stock up on this again, it's going to be going again. Because the second it goes on, somebody on Twitter is like, hey, this is on sale. Go get it. And then, oh, let me point my bot to that direction and buy all of them. So yeah, I'm a little frustrated because I kind of want it. And I was literally up last night bitching about this to my wife. And she's like, well, you should have bought it when you saw it. I was like, yeah, but I didn't want you yelling at me because I spent, $100 on a statue. I should have freaking did it. So it's my fault.
Still, $100 is a steal. Did you just see like all the other statues Blizzard makes are like $350?
Yeah, I know.
That's why when I first saw it, I didn't even know what the price was. I just saw there was a Ragnarok statue. I'm like, oh shit, this thing's gonna be like $400. And I saw it was like $99. I'm like, yoink.
I know. Trust me, I'm so defeated about that right now. I resided that I'm either not going to get it, or if I see somebody on eBay that's closer to $100, I'll buy it. I'll pay $120, $125 for it.
But, say mine for $500.
Yeah. No. See, when somebody starts selling something that's $100 for like $200, $300, nah, I'm good. Screw that. I'll find it somewhere.
Well, if you want to try and order it from Australia, EB Games is having pre-orders open 12 p.m. Australian Eastern Time.
They'll be going within a minute.
Yeah, I'll be sitting at work going, I want to try and get it, and it's gone.
And what's really pissing me off is when Amazon had them, they have an option that says, notify me when it comes back in stock. Well, I saw it on there because as soon as GameStop was going, I went to Amazon and I saw it, and then the page refreshed and it was like gone. And it's like, well, you didn't notify me. I mean, the way this shit work is, if you know I want this item and I told you to notify me when it's available, you should hold it for me and say you have 4 minutes or 5 minutes to check out this item. And they do that with their sales. They put it in your cart and they say you have this much time to take the item out. And if you don't do it within this time frame, you lose it. Great, do that. Give me some time. Give me a chance to actually get the item versus, oh, it's in your cart. I'm sorry, it's gone now. Sorry, you can't buy it. Sorry. So yeah, I'm highly frustrated. I really want that. I guess I'll get it eventually, but Blizzard, being Blizzard, are telling people that unless you buy it out of the 15th anniversary collectors, you're not getting it at all, which is a damn shame. And this is the only statue of Ragnaros that I've seen anywhere. How is that?
Yeah, being it's the only statue, I'm happy we're getting one, and I'm happy it's black and gold special edition, but it's a goddamn Fire Lord, man. I mean, at least put some orange in there, or at least make him like light up and have like glowing fire throughout it or some shit.
I would just be happy with a statue. I'd be happy with a statue. Just one statue. Just one statue.
Yeah, well, maybe the bots will malfunction, you'll get yours. I mean, there's always a chance.
Gotcha.
Slim one, but there's always a chance.
Fucking bots.
Speaking of Blizzard, they actually released the World of Warcraft Classic beta this week, and I didn't get in, and I don't really care because I don't really want to play Classic, so why the hell am I even talking about it? Because they did something that actually kind of shocked me, and this is what I really wanted to talk about, is that they announced there was no beta keys whatsoever for World of Warcraft Classic. So how you get in is you basically go into your profile page, you click the opt-in button specifically for Classic, and then an algorithm basically randomly chooses you, and if you are selected, your Battle.net launcher will update automatically and you can get in. Now, whether or not this algorithm is rigged remains to be seen, but to me, on the outside, that just basically stopped Blizzard from preloading a whole bunch of YouTube influencers with beta keys.
No, I doubt that. Because the reason why I'm saying that is because I've seen a bunch of YouTube influencers already have access to it. So they already probably had preferred treatment. This is for the casual Joes.
Well, I thought I had a story, but oh well.
Yeah, because if you look on Twitch is just going off with people streaming it. I
had this whole diatribe worked up, and now you just shot it down. I feel.
I'm sorry, dude, because I was looking at an article earlier, and somebody was like, and I'm checking it right now, and they were like, World of Warcraft was the #1 game on Twitch for a while, which is really weird because it hasn't been #1 in quite some time. Yeah, and there's a bunch of big names playing it right now.
Great. So instead of just making it public with a whole bunch of beta keys, you just slide it in the back door and give it to them anyway.
Yeah, you figured they were going to do that, man.
Oh, well. Anyway, I guess with my little, triumphant ramble shot down. Thanks, Keith.
No. Let's keep talking
sad.
Let's keep talking about that because I said this to you yesterday, and I still don't understand the whole point of this. I understand the nostalgia, but from somebody who played it, and you played it, and Carl played the original Warcraft, I don't remember this game being as much fun as these people are making it out to be. The attunement, all the rep grinds, the boss mechanics. That game was not fun when you look at it. It was a huge pain in the ass.
How many times is a Nixie going to deep breath when she's not supposed to? That fun stuff.
Getting back knocked into the whelps, and the whelps just wiped the entire raid. Blackwing Lair was not fun.
Veilstress was the guild-breaking boss back then.
And everybody's like, yeah, it's great. We're going to play WoW Classic. And I'm like, no. I get it. Everybody's excited. I'm just waiting to see what happens when the game finally comes out. And everybody's playing it. And they go, well, this game isn't like what I remember it was. Because I have fond memories of wiping on a lot of bosses and just getting frustrated. And just getting frustrated because it was bullshit.
Well, people are excited because it's not really more or less nostalgia. It's because I guess they're just trying to send a message to Blizzard because the game right now is so casualized that they prefer something harder. And that's what WoW Classic was back then. It was hard. And not to say that meant it was enjoyable, but it definitely was difficult to play. And
oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. And I think people are wanting more of a challenge out of World of Warcraft. Because honestly, you can go into a normal raid right now, which by the way, back in Classic, there was no such thing as normal, heroic, and mythic. Everything was basically like mythic. That was pretty much it. And you can go to normal mode, you steamroll it. You go into heroic mode, and you can steamroll it. It feels like there's no challenge until you actually get to mythic. And mythic is just reserved for like people who have 20 people, no more, no less. So if you're like a small guild that runs like 10 to 15 people, you're never going to see mythic. You're never going to see the real challenge of the game. And with all the different systems, they're trying to cater to so many different people that, sure, there's the mythic raids for the hardcore, or there's the high-level keys for mythic plus dungeons that you can push if you're hardcore, or you can go do arenas for PvP. Then you got things like Island Adventures and, War Fronts and all this other stuff for the casual players. And there's really no, balance for people who are really complaining. World of Warcraft Classic solves that by giving the hardcore players what they want, a complete game experience, because that's what it was built around. It was built around people who had tons of time to sit around in front of a computer after school and dedicate their entire life to playing an MMO, to grind out rep, to grind out silver in order to afford their epic mounts at 900 gold, which you can basically sneeze in World of Warcraft these days and cough up 900 gold. Back then you couldn't. And then there was the whole thing about going into Stratholme or Skullman's or into Blackwing Lair to make your flasks, because you had to use the alchemy bench in there, and that's the only place you could do it. You're just going to do it anywhere you wanted to. There's a lot of inconveniences, and I guess there's a certain appeal to people, but I agree with you, Keith. It's a nostalgia trip.
Yeah, that's all it is.
People see how WoW is today and then go back and try and relive all that frustration. They're going to just basically throw their hands up in the air at some point and go, well, I guess that was fun. Back to live servers.
Yeah, pretty much. And yeah, it's pretty much it. Isn't it going to be free?
If you have a subscription, yes.
It's free, yeah. So I guess Blizzard's kind of covering their bases, because I guess they're like, I can only imagine being in one of the board meetings and they're listening to them going, why do these people want this game so much? Why do they want this game so bad? Why do they want this game so bad? And they're like, you know what? Let's just give it to them for free, because they're going to play it. They're going to remember this game was a shit show, and they're not going to play it anymore. And instead of having people come out and complain, go ahead.
They had an interview And they basically flat out said, if WoW Classic is successful, they will do more Classic expansions. And I'm like, if you're going to do that, just scrap the whole thing and make a fucking progression server. Just do that. And then once enough guilds clear, what was the final raid? Naxxramas. Once they clear Kel'Thuzad, then it unlocks, Burning Crusade. And then when enough guilds clear Kill Jaden, then it unlocks Wrath of the Lich King. And just keep doing that.
I would actually do Naxxramas just to get Corrupted Ashbringer, because I never got that.
Or Atiyesh. I never got that.
Which one?
Atiyesh or Atiyesh?
The Kane.
Yeah.
The Kane. Yeah. I always wanted Ashbringer. Always wanted it. Never got it.
Well, if you played a Ret Paladin and Legion, you could have had it.
No thanks.
But
Shammies for life.
But here's the thing, they can't do a progression server. And this is why Blizzard continuously shoots themselves in the foot, because every single expansion, they reinvent the entire game. They put a different system in there. They completely redo character classes. They did it to a point where it's impossible for them to do a progression server. The furthest it could probably go is Wrath of the Lich King, because I think that's when talent points still actually were in place. After that, they kind of abolished the talent system and went with the whole every 3 levels or every 5 levels, pick a talent out of a row of 3, and then, that was it. And it's so dumbed down now, and it would be really weird to see you going from Classic all the way up through Battle for Azeroth on a progression server. And it's just like Blizzard shot themselves in the foot. They could have done so much with all their past content, but because they kept reinventing the wheel and turning WoW into a completely different game every 2 years, that's not going to happen.
And I think the problem with this, though, is with WoW Classic is they're doing exactly what they're doing with the full version of WoW. They're trying to please everybody. I think this Classic was a bad move, and that's just me. Again, because I played through a WoW Classic. I don't want to go backwards. I would rather them do what they're doing now, fix the issues, make the game more enjoyable, and maybe find a way to keep the casuals and hardcore players happy while not making the game too easy, which is an issue in itself.
Well, the funny thing is after they got criticism from Wrath of the Lich King about the game becoming too casual, they did that with Cataclysm. If anyone remembers, the initial dungeons in Cataclysm pushed your shit in, and they pushed them in hard.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, but then they got easier.
Yeah, because people bitched and they nerfed it all.
Exactly. And they didn't stand their ground, and they gave in, and we went right back to the same shit where, this is too easy. And that's the problem. They don't stand their ground. Okay, you're going to lose people, but you're going to lose people who don't want to put time and effort in. The people that like the hardcore stuff, the people who like the grind, will stay. And those are the people you should be focusing on. You shouldn't worry about, we have 10 million people. We have 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, whatever people that enjoy the game for what it is, not people coming in looking to face roll, get their loot, and leave. That's who they should focus on.
Yeah,
which is exactly what Pantheon's doing.
Types of players in World of Warcraft. There's actually people who log in just to do pet battles, believe it or not.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Everybody wants to play their Pokemon in WoW.
Yeah, pretty much. And no, I'm not going to ride the coattails of Pantheon. I'm just going to explain why I want to play Pantheon, and it directly relates to WoW Classic, because I do want the older gaming experience. I do want to feel a sense of adventure, a sense of exploration, and all the other good stuff. I just don't want to do it all over again. So, in other words, I don't want to go back and play EverQuest because I played EverQuest for 4 years. I don't want to go back and play WoW Classic. I want to play something new that gives me that feeling. That's why I like Pantheon so much, because it's offering the old school feeling while giving me something completely brand new and never done before. So that's why I'm not going to play WoW Classic.
I still can't believe that EverQuest is still going. I was watching for EverQuest Next. That just never happened. They were hyping it for so long, and they were like, yeah, we're not going to do this now.
Yeah, and I was almost tempted on their 20th anniversary to drop the $300 and get a lifetime sub just so I can get full access to the game and play it whenever I want without restriction. But I was like, it was the same argument I just made now. It says, yeah, I could do that and then not have to worry about paying a monthly sub and then getting the entire full experience of EverQuest whenever I want. But I played EverQuest already. That would mean going back to EverQuest and, not going back to WoW. And that would mean playing something I've already played before. I didn't want to do that. So, yeah.
Oh, we don't like WoW Classic. No thanks. Pass. Hard pass.
Hard pass for me, too. How about you, Carl? Any interest? Well, you said you're not coming back anyway because of a money thing. So that's probably a hard pass for you as well, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm very much like Keith. I played it the first time and, I did all the grinding and everything. And to be honest, I didn't really sort of find the experience enjoyable until I started doing. Well, to be honest, I didn't really find WoW in general extremely I gotta play this every week. I gotta go on raids and that until Wrath of the Lich King. So that's sort of my time was. Even though I came in with WoW Classic and I played through Burning Crusade and everything else. But it wasn't until a lot of the changes and mechanics came in with Wrath of the Lich King and the storyline and everything that I actually really got gripped into the game and it became a must-play everyday thing. Before that, it was I'll play it on a weekend or something like that. But yeah, I'm not going back all the way back to WoW Classic. Fuck that shit.
Man,
if I want to do that, and I'll be honest here, and it's one of those things that we shouldn't be condoning. But there are plenty of really well done Blizz-like fan servers out there that emulate the experience much better than what is currently being seen out there by Blizzard internally.
I mean, that's where we came. Back up. There's where the whole WoW Classic server came from anyway, because there was a server that was doing it, and then Blizzard shut it down.
Yeah, Nostalrius.
Yeah, and then everybody started complaining. Until Blizzard was like, "Oh, we'll do this for you." So we've come full circle, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
And the funny thing is, the people who ran that fan server actually run a new one now, and it's just as popular. And they're actually doing proper beta testing to try and get the server emulation for a Blizz-like Burning Crusade, everything from pre-patch event through to end of expansion, running smoothly. So
is that free, or do you have to pay for
it?
It
is free.
No, I'm not coming back. Sorry. I was like, is it? Yeah, can I? Yeah, no.
So Keith asked a question. He got the answer he was hoping for, and was still like, nah, hold on a second.
My left brain was like, no, hang on a second, Keith. You've been free for 2 years. No, you don't want to do this. No, just stay away. I got too much shit to do. Too many games to play. Too many games review. Helping run the website. I don't have time for this. I can't. It's like when I was younger, when WoW first came out, and I had time to just sit there after work, and I didn't have kids to deal with, and yeah. I don't have that time anymore.
Yeah, I don't think either of us do. I mean, we've all grown up. We're not those, after-school kids who had to work on their homework or completely ignore it and just sit in front of a computer and play games all day. God, I miss those days.
Yeah, now you ignore it. It's like, oh, I don't have any money to pay my bills. I can't pay to keep my house. I can't pay for electricity or anything like that. Yeah. Too bad you can't go back in time, but, Marvel said if you go back in the past, it changes your future instead of your past. So that doesn't work either.
Yeah, I would have slapped the shit out of my 10-year-old self. I can't wait to become an adult. Then I can do whatever I want. Yeah, kid.
I mean, being an adult's not bad. Just, if you had the perfect job and or possibly rich, and then it wouldn't be so bad. But, anywho, yeah, pass on that WoW Classic. Thanks anyway, guys.
Yep, absolutely. So I did an April Fool's post earlier this year, and I basically said that Microsoft and Sony were joining together to do cross-platform streaming. Then I shit my pants when I almost saw that happen in a news story that came out like a couple days ago, with Microsoft joining hands with Sony, but not to do cross-platform streaming. Just simply Microsoft providing the infrastructure for some online servers. But still, we got close, guys.
But that's important to note, because I've been looking at so many people writing about this and so many people on Twitter and Reddit and all these videos on YouTube saying, oh my gosh, Sony and Microsoft are together now. We're going to see PlayStation games with Xbox and Xbox games with PlayStation. No, you're not. Stop it. Oh. I'm sorry, I don't like calling people names and whatnot, but stop being stupid. The release said nothing about that. All it said was Sony is going to use Microsoft Azure cloud infrastructure because even though diehard Amazon fans would say that Amazon has the biggest cloud infrastructure out there with AWS, they do not. I see this day and night at work. Microsoft kills Amazon. Their infrastructure is a lot better, a lot more robust, and easier to maintain. And this is why Sony went over there. And it's just like somebody told me, I think it might have been you, Josh, you can't fight people on the internet because people are stupid at times. And it's like, it's no different than if Sony was using Microsoft Windows machines in their day-to-day operations, because guess what? They do. Almost everybody uses Windows. It doesn't mean that they're signing on with Microsoft. It just means they're using Microsoft stuff. People that don't like Microsoft Windows use Windows to code because it's the most prevalent operating system on the face of the planet. No matter what Linus says, no matter what Linux diehard fan says. And this is no exception. Sony sees Azure as a great tool. They're going to use it. They're going to use machine learning. They're going to use AI learning, and it's going to help them provide whatever streaming service they have. But the funny piece about this is whenever they decide to announce their streaming platform or whatever they're going to do, I want to see if they're going to have this small byline that says powered by Microsoft, because that would be hilarious. PlayStation Now, powered by Microsoft. That would be hilarious.
Like looking into a crystal ball, huh?
But I saw that and I was like, wow, Josh is going to love this. It almost came true.
Well, I mean, can you blame people for reacting like that just based off of a headline? Because, I mean, Microsoft kind of like put their Xbox games on PC and they started putting their games on Nintendo Switch. I mean, when you see the headline, Microsoft and Sony band together for gaming, without reading the article, I mean, what are you supposed to think?
Because, okay, so this is the state of console gaming right now. Microsoft and Nintendo are in bed together. Sony and Microsoft hate each other, and you'll never see their games on every platform. Meanwhile, Microsoft is like, you know what? We're not dumb. If we can get our game on every platform known to man, we're going to make a shit ton of money, and that's how it should be. But we're never going to get to the point where Microsoft and Sony are going to be swapping games. I don't think we're ready for that. I don't think they're ready for that.
Well, I mean,
we keep it at sort of simple things. Why not like the idea could be game save files, DLC. Buy DLC on one, get to play on both.
Cross slave, cross progression. That would be nice. It would be nice. We should have that for third party games. We definitely should have that. All third party games in an ideal world would have cross platform, cross progression, and cross save. Yes, we're never going to see that. Not anytime soon. It's just, I mean, why would you? If you do that, the company's going to go, well, we're not going to make any money out of this. It's great for third party games, but that's just the thing. We're not going to see that on first party games. We're not going to see Uncharted on an Xbox back and forth. I would love that, because then I can buy the system that I want and buy the games that I want. And you guys can make all the money in the world for your software. But I think, like going into this new generation, I think the companies want to make money off of hardware now, which is why they're going to sell their stuff so cheap, because they want to make a buck. I don't think Sony and Microsoft and even Nintendo are ready to go, you know what, we just need one box to play all the games and call it a day.
I don't know. I reckon we're getting closer and closer to that day. But yeah, it's still like, probably another 2 or 3 generations off.
Yeah.
But, the fact that, I actually like this announcement just for the simple fact that it shuts a lot of those fucking Sony naysayers up, saying Sony doesn't want to work with anybody for anything. Okay, well, now they're working with one of their chief rivals to develop, a cloud infrastructure. Okay, so it's something. It's something. Like, it might not be for fucking directly for video games, but it's something. It's a step in the right direction.
But that's how good they are with this. It's basically like wrestling to make it a lot easier for people to understand. You know, you can have these wrestlers. We hate each other. We hate this guy. Blah blah blah. And back in the end of the show, it's like, what's up, dude? Let's go out for a beer or something. It's just like that. Sony and Microsoft. They give the impression that they hate each other, but behind closed doors, they might be chilling, talking about games, and you see all these developers saying, that's my friend, that's my buddy, that's my cousin, and he works for this company, I work for that company. It doesn't make a difference at the end of the day. This is nothing more than business. Sony sees they have a better solution. They're going to pay them for the solution. Microsoft's going to go, all right, we accept your money. Here you go. If you think Sony's not going to go to the best solution out there, the best turnkey solution, and say, we need on, and you think Microsoft's going to go, no, screw you, when you're going to give them millions upon millions of dollars? What world are you living on? That's not going to happen.
Look at social media, because both Microsoft and Sony gave praise to Nintendo when they launched the Switch. They also gave, a heartfelt thank you to Reggie Fils-Aimé when he retired. And if you're going to tell me that they all hate each other, I got a bridge to sell you out back in my house.
Yeah, it's not that it's not the way that people are perceiving us. It never has been. They just do a very good job of selling the illusion that they don't like each other. But it's gotten a lot better last couple of years. Like you said, they're congratulating anybody on a well done release or a launch of a console. I mean, it's not like we saw when Xbox One, PlayStation 3 came out, when they were just fighting each other, or PlayStation 4. It's not like that. They're more open. They're more, I don't want to say generous, I guess embracing. They're all embracing the same thing. They're all in the same thing, which kind of makes sense. Doesn't mean you have to love the fact that they're embracing each other. You can still stick to your console or platform of your choice, but don't be dumb and think that they're not friends or working together, because they are. Look at Microsoft. Outside of this, they're getting Xbox Live on PlayStation. On iOS, on Android, on the Switch for the achievements for some games. Come on, that's a money situation and an understanding. And money, nobody's going to turn down that kind of money. And it's for everybody. Hey, I can play this Microsoft game. I can play Cuphead on the Switch now. I don't know what to say other than times have changed, and I don't doubt we'll see bigger announcements later in the upcoming years that maybe we do see a Nintendo Switch game on the Xbox, or maybe a PlayStation game on the Xbox. But right now, this is purely, I need your infrastructure. Here's a shit ton of cash. Let's work together.
Yeah, this is such a behind the scenes thing that I think if it were other companies other than Sony and Microsoft who are direct rivals, I don't think it would have made news headlines.
Right. And that's the only reason.
It reminds me a lot of the VR space, because you have all these different headsets out there, Oculus Rift, Vive, Valve Index, and all these other third-party ones, Windows Mixed Reality. But they all use Steam VR as their platform of running games. Except for Oculus, they have their own store, but Oculus also supports Steam VR. So it's kind of like that. So where even though you have all these different pieces of hardware, they're all using one infrastructure to get their content. And companies using a competitor's infrastructure like this is not a new thing. Like Netflix uses AWS for a lot of its content.
Yep.
And Amazon has Prime. Like they're direct competitors, so they work together on the backbone of it. I don't think exclusives are going anywhere anytime soon or anything like that. This is not like a crazy collaboration, but it's still something.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. It's nice, but you guys are taking it too far out of hand. It's not what you think it is. Calm down, relax, cool your jets.
Yeah, people see the words Sony, Microsoft collaborate or work together and they freak out. But
oh my god, the amount of YouTube videos that went up, and I was like, no, you're wrong. Nope, you're completely wrong. Nope, you have no idea what you're talking about. Just stop. But hey, gotta get those clicks. Gotta make that cash.
Yeah, pretty much. And speaking of telling people to calm down, I don't think we can tell you that, Keith, because you've alluded to it, and it's time to unleash the Keith beast upon the world.
On
Rage and The Division 2.
All right, well, I want to have a conversation with Diego because I agree with some of the points he said. But The Division 2 is really pissing me off because, A, you guys aren't fucking playing with me. That's one. Two, so when The Division 2 was first announced, they stated that solo players would not be left behind and that there will be matchmaking for everything. And now the new raid is out for the Division 2, and there's no matchmaking. You have to have, what is it, 10 people? No, was it 8 people?
8.
8 people to do the raid.
And there's no matchmaking?
And there's no matchmaking.
Oh no.
Which means we're Destiny all over again, and the division has a split. There are one side of the camp is saying we're glad there's no matchmaking. Have you seen WoW? Have you seen other games with matchmaking? And the other side is saying that's bullshit. You told us from day one that there will be matchmaking for everything in the game, and then you came out and do this. Now, I agree with the people that are upset, because here's my thing. Don't tell me that the game is going to be crap or the experience is going to be crap because there's matchmaking. Let me decide that for myself. That's not your job. Give me the option to have a list of people who want to get in. Let me check out their gear. Let me talk to them, see if they have any kind of experience, and go in there and figure it out. Because just because you got 8 people that play together doesn't mean they're going to go in and kick the game's ass. The only reason that the people that got the world first because they put a guild together of the top players in Division 2. So it's like, you did a dream team. Did you not expect you were going to beat the raid in 5 hours? But meanwhile, they showed the other people that put their own clan together couldn't do it. The people on consoles couldn't do it. A shit ton of people on the PC couldn't do it. So the only people who managed to beat this raid were the dream team of pros. And
console players haven't beaten it yet? Like on either platform?
Nope.
Wow.
Because there's an issue with the performance and the response time with the controller. So what's going to happen is they're going to nerf the raid. They have to. The people on controllers can't keep up with the mechanics. So this was not planned very well. This was not designed very well. You have a raid that people on the console can't enjoy. You've got people on the PC who can't play it because there's no matchmaking. Some people only have a couple people in their guild or their clan, so they can't do the raid. And there's no matchmaking. I'm already like, I'm done. You lied. You basically lied to me. Can I get my money back? Because you told me from day one I could do this. And now you're telling me, no, that's not the case. Okay, so you basically did a bait and switch. Give me my money back, and I'm good to go. My other issue with them is they made a comment saying that since they pulled the Division 2 from Steam, Ubisoft of Uplay has doubled their sales. And I'm like, what kind of shitty response comment is that? So in the back of my head, and I did a tweet to them. I was like, so basically what you're saying is you knew people weren't going to buy it on Epic Game Store, so you pulled it from Steam to pad your Uplay number. Nobody said anything. But that's what it seems like to me. You knew
of course
people
not going to say anything. Do you think any company's going to come out and say, yeah, we did that?
But you see what I'm going at. You know people didn't want to buy it on the Epic Game Show, on Epic Game Store, because of all the backlash that store at Epic Games has. And a lot of it is deserved. I'm not going to say all of it is. A lot of it is deserved because they're doing really shitty stuff. But they are doing a couple things right. But the fact that you knew people were going to avoid that, it goes directly to Uplay, it kind of makes me feel like it wasn't an Epic Games decision or deal for you to pull it off of Steam in the first place. It makes me feel like it was your plan all along. That's what it feels like to me. But either way, can I have my money back since I can't do the raids? And I more likely will never be able to do raids unless I get into a guild now. So the single player experience works fine for everything in the game. And matchmaking works even for the hardest encounters in the game, with the exception of the raid. Because people don't just do looking for group matchmaking in Division 2 and use voice comms and use strategy. Yeah, they do, because I've done it with a stronghold. But it's not enough for the raids. So you lied. I'm wondering if somebody's going to do a lawsuit against them saying, you promised us this, and then you changed it. I'd really want my money back. I'm pretty much done with the Division 2 because of this. Completely done with it.
Then I guess I don't have to worry about leveling up then? All right.
I mean, it's bullshit. I'm sorry. It's bullshit. You shouldn't tell somebody this and then all of a sudden go, oh, yeah, raid. No matchmaking. No, we're sorry, dude. And then you got these asinine pro players. Well, it's not going to work because you got to communicate. Shut the hell up. Let me decide if it's not going to work or not. I'm done. I'm done with the Division 2.
Like rating, even if you use LFG and like going with the pre-made, which no one's going to have an 8-man pre-made. The majority of people do not have 7 other friends who are max level at Division 2 ready to raid at one point. So most people are going to end up like the Destiny strategy where you go LFG and you find randoms to fill in. That's basically matchmaking just without a service. Like just put matchmaking in the game, Ubisoft. It's not that difficult.
Yeah, just put it in the game and let the people decide. If they get randoms that suck, let them kick and let them decide to fill holes with other people using Discord and whatnot. But give them the opportunity
on their own anyway. Like just let them do it in game. That's all I ask.
But they decided that they didn't want to live up to their promise, so whatever. Thanks, Ubisoft. I was completely invested into this game. And I was like, raids, matchmaking for everybody, yeah. No matchmaking. Wait, what? Done.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to hop back into that game anytime soon then.
Sorry, but I had to get that out there. Sorry.
We all have to vent sometimes. But on the other hand, I get the glee because I just read a quick little news story that Mega Man The Wily Wars will actually be running at 60 hertz, and it will be the NTSC version on a Sega Genesis Mini. That makes me happy.
Yeah. That's. I know. When I first saw that, I knew Josh was gonna be happy because I know you said you had just purchased it.
Yeah, because it was originally a PAL version game. It came out for this. They said it says Sega Genesis, but it was actually the Mega Drive, which was a European console.
Right.
So since I was in the process of collecting Mega Man games and it was relatively cheap on eBay, I'm like, well, I'm going to be doing, foreign titles, sooner or later, so I might also pick it up. And now that I saw it was coming on a Sega Genesis Mini, I'm like, well, I guess that makes it a US release title now, which means I have it.
Because there was an NTSC version of the game, but it wasn't a cartridge. It was only available on the Sega channel.
Yeah.
So you can only play it online.
Yep,
Just goes to show you how far the Genesis was back in the day. How Sega was. They were doing what Sony and Microsoft were doing way back when.
Yeah, and I still just need the Game Gear Mega Man game, and I'll have all US release titles.
I can imagine that game is going to be hard to find and or pricey just because it's Game Gear.
It is not hard to find. It's on eBay, but it is pricey. It's anywhere between $175 to $200.
Yikes.
Well, I mean, it's cheaper than the Misadventures of Tronbon, and this is why I have it on PlayStation 3 digitally, because a disc, not a case, not in case, not perfect, just a disc is $90. If you want it in a case in decent condition, it's like $350. And if you want it near perfect condition, it's around $900.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so no, I did not own the physical version of the Misadventures of Tronbon. I wish I did, but I do have it on my PlayStation 3 because I bought it on the store for like, what was it, $15 or $5 or whatever it was when it came out. And I'm counting it, damn it, because I technically own it.
I was going to say, does that really count? I mean, does it really count?
I can plug in my PlayStation 3 and physically play the game. So I count it.
Okay.
I mean, then again, if we're going that route, then I guess I can't count Mega Man 9 and 10 because they were digital only, right?
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I guess it counts. Okay. Fair enough. I'll allow it.
Yay. I have Keith's permission. I feel better now.
Doesn't amount to amount of shit. But anyway.
Speaking though of the Genesis Mini,
Genesis does.
Is it just me, or so like I'm now even more disappointed that outside of Japan they're still sticking with the 3-button release, considering they just put fucking Street Fighter on the list.
No, not anymore because a company is releasing 6-button controllers for it,
which nobody will ever be able to buy because they'll always be sold out.
No, Retrobit's good at that. They're really good at stock. I'm not worried about it.
Fair enough then. Fine.
And I think they said they were going on sale in August, so get them.
I
already hit him up.
Just crushing this podcast.
I already hit him up. Like, can we get a review sample of that, please? Because they sent me the thing, and as soon as I heard about Mega Man coming out and a bunch of other games, I got that email blast from them, and I put the story up, and then they tweeted it out. So yeah, Retrobit, come to the save. And I read something earlier where other 6-button joysticks are also compatible with it as well. I didn't think that was the case yesterday, but they're saying that it is. There's another 6-button joystick out there you can use on it as well.
Well, there you go. Problem solved. Just gotta finagle it a little bit, but
Finagle.
Now
I'm going back to the Division subreddit to see how many people are salty about the Division. Keep going. Carry on.
They're upset. I just checked it.
Well, Mental Gen, unless you guys got anything else, I think that brings us to the end of this week's edition of Spectator Mode. So let's go ahead with final thoughts. Diego?
Go play Rage. It's fun.
Wait. We can't be done. We got to talk about Rage.
Oh, that's right. You wanted to rage about Rage.
I don't want to rage. I want to hear what Diego says, and we'll compare notes because he said we're on the same page. I want to hear what he says is bothering him, and I think I know what it is. But go ahead.
When Rage is a linear game, like whenever I'm in handcrafted levels and shooting bad guys with the guns that feel and sound incredible, I like it. Anytime other than that, I don't like it. The open world is such a bore to get through.
Yeah.
The writing is abysmal, which wouldn't be a problem if it took a backseat to gameplay, but there's so many moments in this game where people just talk to me, and then sometimes their voice clips don't even load in. The menus are incredibly laggy. I don't know if that's a problem on PC, but anytime I go into my inventory or my upgrade screen, it's awful.
The new patch made it worse.
Oh no. I'm glad I'm finished with it then. The driving, for as much as they push vehicles, is awful. It's so bad. And vehicle combat is never required. There's a forced tank section at the end, but it lasts a whole like 30 seconds. And
the convoys are all right. I mean,
those two.
They're not required. They just give you more parts faster.
Yeah. On console, I'm playing on PS4 Pro, and it's very blurry, and it drops frames because they opted for 60 frames 1080p instead of 4K 30. Which is cool. I like frame rate, but it doesn't keep that, and it is so blurry, and the textures are muddy.
On the console, is there a way to disable depth of field or depth of field? No.
There's an FOV slider, which I like, but
yeah, because on the PC, I realized when I got it day one, I was like, DOF makes everything blurry, so I turned that off on the PC and makes everything sharp. But damn, that's a shame to hear.
It's also a little short, but there's like a lot of open world content to make up for that length.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in the world. I'm pretty sure that you have an issue with the story as well.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Yeah, we agree on most things. I think it's an overall positive game if you can ignore the issues like that. But the driving is terrible. The driving, you get on any vehicle with the exception of your main vehicle, and it's like everything is sliding everywhere. Yeah. Motorcycles are damn near undrivable.
Which is a shame because there's a lot of optional content in this game that's revolved around races.
Yeah. The race, I did that race 3 times before I finished it. I was like, this race, because you would turn the corner and you would slide, or you hit a bump and you go flying. It's like, why am I off the track?
It's an enjoyable game overall, but largely forgettable. I think in 6 months, no one's going to be talking about it.
The only reason I'm still playing it now because I'm doing YouTube videos of 4K and I'm going through every setting for people to check those out. And I do enjoy driving through the open world just to see things in there because I always like open world games where I can just do whatever I want, and I just like the driving of it. Outside of that, I think they're going to fix that with the upcoming DLC. They have to, but I never played Mad Max, but from what I'm reading from other people, they're saying Mad Max had the same issue with the open world being kind of boring.
This is just Mad Max with guns, pretty much. If you like that game, you'll like Rage.
But the gunplay, when you go into an instance, it's incredible.
It's so good. Which I would expect nothing less from these developers, but man, it's great. Not as good as like Doom, but it's very, very good. Everything feels and sounds just right.
Yeah, the gunplay is amazing.
And the superpowers are really cool, but the cooldowns are really long, which I don't like.
You can get talents to change that.
Yeah, but it goes down from like 35 seconds to 25 seconds for the fully upgraded thing. It's still way too long.
So WoW Classic.
Balls.
I got that reference.
I don't play WoW.
Yeah, see? He did
I'm the one guy who does not have any experience with WoW, so anytime you guys go off about WoW, I just kind of...
You're fine. You're fine. You spared yourself. Don't worry about it.
Go get the free to level 20 experience so you don't have to put money into it, and then play it, and then you'll understand.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You might like it. Don't do it.
No, I'm pretty sure he won't like it. That's
Plus,
why I
I mean-
offered the free thing.
MMOs are fine. I mean, I have a lot of time in Final Fantasy 14 and Elder Scrolls Online, but ESO is not like a real MMO, and 14 is just a regular MMO. I mean, but I don't have like extensive experience with any of them.
You can go play Guild Wars.
I just don't have time for MMOs. There's too many video games. I'm still playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and that game came out in like October.
You know, I had that free copy that Google gave me. I need to just play that.
It's really good.
All right, so now we're done talking about Rage.
All right. This is one hell of a final thought. See, this is what happens when we ad-lib show notes and they're not actually in the chat. I forget things. Then again, I'm getting old. But not as old as Keith. He's the oldest of us here.
Fuck you.
So, Carl, how about you? What's your final thoughts?
My final thought is going to be more of a final plea. I watched the Nintendo Mario Maker 2 Direct the other day. It's like, yeah, they're adding a whole heap of new things. You know, you can do angles so you can slide down and all that fun stuff. Beautiful, getting even closer and closer to like a full-blown proper Mario Maker. But then up pop the little things where they're going, we're going to add new game styles besides the 4 we already have. Now you get Super Mario 3D Worlds. I'm like, cool, that's fine. You're taking a 3D space and putting it into a 2D game. Congratulations. That doesn't really make sense, but cool. Do whatever the hell you like. However, they did the stupid thing when they showed it, and they left a blank space.
Yeah.
I want that. I want that blank space filled. And this is my plea to Nintendo. Do not forget your handheld days. Give us the style of either Super Mario Land 1 or Super Mario Land 2. Please. Pretty please.
Yes.
Because I love those stylings, and they've worked so well with Mario Maker because you've got the old school 8-bit Super Mario Brothers as well. Please work that into it, because like I would build levels with that type of style all day long.
And for the love of God, please, if you do that, put the soundtrack in there for the moon. Oh my God, I'd be jamming out to that all day long. Come on, you know the song.
Oh yeah, Super Mario Land 2 Moon Stage, one of the best soundtracks for that particular game.
Wait, which one was it? I'm sorry, I spaced off. I was reading the comments from the Division 2 players. Damn, they are mad.
Don't worry
They
about
are
it.
really pissed. No, say it, because I might have that soundtrack.
No, it was the moon bait. Not the first level, but the second level when you go to the moon in Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. You know, when you're like flying through space and all that stuff.
I don't remember. Sorry, I'm old. I'm the oldest person
you
here. I
are.
don't remember.
A Paper Mario style would be cool too, if they could work out all the items in that style.
Yeah, that would actually be pretty cool to see. There's a lot of things they could do with Mario Maker, but that'll probably be saved for Super Mario Maker 3 or something. So you know they're going to make another one.
Yeah, or an expansion or something.
Oh, I
But-
do have this soundtrack.
Well, there you go. As for me and my final thoughts, kind of a sad one. My spirit animal died today. Rest in
Yours.
peace, Grumpy Cat.
Oh, please! If there's anybody's spirit animal, it's mine. Shut up.
No, funny story because, and this is going to make me sound like a complete nerd. When I used to do e-wrestling, my character was such an asshole. One of the people I handled with nicknamed him Grumpy Cat. So I've been called that for years. So therefore, he was my spirit animal. So yeah.
Yeah, I got that. I was just listening to it.
Oh, there you go. That being said, guys, time to get on out of here. So for myself, for Diego, for Keith, and for Carl, saying Godspeed to all you out there in Radio Land. Peace.